Vaping was my biggest addiction. It wound me up in the hospital with a seizure, and it also wound me up in rehab. I started using nicotine in 8th grade. I started using chewing tobacco, and I did cigarettes and cigars, but vaping was my biggest addiction. It lasted for about 15 months of my high school career. And the whole reason I wanted to start vaping and juuling was to quit. And that's what I told my parents when they figured out that I was smoking cigarettes. I told them, hey, I'm gonna start juuling, I'm gonna start vaping, because it's healthier than cigarettes and it's a good way to get off. And they quickly realized that it was very wrong. I was a straight-A student. I went to failing. I used to play 2 sports, soccer and basketball, quit freshman year, and I quickly became very irritable, very angry all the time. At home, I was super explosive. I would damage property when I was mad, or I'd be really super aggressive. And my whole perspective on life had changed. Prior to my seizure, for I'd say probably about 4 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, I had really intense chest pains, cold sweats. I felt really weak, and then I have insomnia at night. And I thought that was really peculiar. I remember even talking to my mom and thinking like, oh my gosh, like these are signs of a heart attack. But after the seizure, when I went out, I got checked by a cardiologist and a few other doctors. And they said that the chest pains were definitely from inflammation from vaping. I feel great. I mean, I'm still a human, you know, I still go through hard times, I still go through stress, that's human. I still make mistakes, but I'm definitely happier to be here.
So we really don't know what's happening. Everyone who is vaping and using an e-cigarette or a Juul product right now, essentially they are a lab rat for the industry. But if you smoke that product, you're 4 times more likely to go on to smoke a combustible cigarette. 4 times more likely. And we do know what happens when you smoke a combustible cigarette. That product, if used correctly, is designed to kill you. Doesn't love Doug the Pug, right? I mean, you would much rather look at that guy's face than this face. We admittedly are taking a little tongue-in-cheek approach and having some fun with a very serious issue. I don't think there's any youth or young adult in America today who's waiting for an adult to tell them what they should think or what they should do. It's just not going to work. And so our job here really is to use and allow people like Doug the Pug to communicate a really serious message, but in a really fun and entertaining way. Now we have what the Surgeon General is calling is a massive epidemic on our doorstep. It's virtually the Wild West in terms of the products that are on the marketplace. And what you see happening now is that the tobacco industry has seen this as an opportunity for them to capture market share. Make no mistake about this, this is about making money. And so when you look at who's involved and who the significant players are, you have Juul, which is the category leader. They own roughly 75% of the vaping market share. They recently were just purchased by Altria, the manufacturers of Marlboro. They now own a 35% stake in Juul.
I feel so much more comfortable in my own skin. I like myself as a person. Of course, I'm still figuring myself out. I enjoy being around people. I enjoy being in the world.